and England get their European Championship campaign underway at 8 o'clock this evening. We're in Gelsenkirchen for that one. We're at the home of Schalke 4, and already with over 2 hours to go until kickoff, there are a smattering of fans inside this stadium. There are England flags draped all over the barriers towards our right-hand side and to the stand in front of us. The fans of Serbia seem to be placed over towards the left-hand side behind the goal. They've made themselves heard already today, and this is set to be England's crucial Euro 2024 opener coming up for you, with all the build-up at the end of this game between Slovenia and Denmark. Second half commentary of that one coming up, and we'll have the rest of the day's sports news after the BBC News.
The voice of the UK.
And the home of the Euros and the general election 2024.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Kelly. With the BBC News, I'm Carl Hartley. A man armed with a petrol bomb and an axe has been shot by police in Hamburg, close to a fan zone where Dutch supporters are gathered. Officers say he's now being treated for severe injuries. Here's police spokesperson Sandra Levgruren.
What we know is that a man came out of a restaurant. He obviously had a Molotov cocktail in his hand and a pickaxe. He apparently tried to set fire to the Molotov cocktail and then walked towards several people with it, including police officers who were on duty here at the time. The officers then used their firearms.
Well, in a couple of hours, England get their Euros underway when they play at Serbia in Gelsenkirchen. Around 1,000 officers are on duty for the match, which authorities have classed as high risk for trouble. Our correspondent, Nick Beak, who's there, explains.
Certainly the police here have talked about the England-Serbia game being a high-risk one. Now, why is that? Already, the British authorities have prevented some 2,000 known hooligans, people with a history of violence in the past, from travelling here. But one local officer was saying that they're aware of maybe 500 Serbian fans who may want to come here and cause trouble. So I think they're concerned that that could be a recipe for some sort of violence.
Away from the Euros, and dozens of countries attending the Ukraine Peace Summit have used the final communique to commit to Ukraine's territorial integrity. They urged dialogue, the return of all prisoners by both Kyiv and Moscow, and for Russia, which wasn't invited to return Ukrainian children it's taken. But Russia-friendly nations, including India, South Africa and Brazil, refused to sign the final declaration. The family of a 12-year-old boy killed in a hit-and-run crash in Coventry have described him as a fun-loving little comedian. Keaton Harris was struck by a black BMW in the city on Friday afternoon. The car was found abandoned that evening. And Surrey police say an officer who hit a cow with his patrol vehicle has been removed from frontline duties. An internal investigation has begun into the incident, and the force has referred itself to the police complaints watchdog. The cow suffered a number of cuts and bruises and has been returned to its owner.
20 teams.
This is just thrilling. Insane stuff.
20 overs.
What a shot that is.
Only one winner. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup, live from the West Indies and the United States.
He's gone for it. We knew he would. And into the pavilion it goes.
For exclusive interviews and definitive analysis, subscribe to the TMS podcast.
Ball-by-ball coverage continues on 5 Sports Extra.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sports with Kelly Cates.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
You're listening to 5 Live Sport, and we are in Gelsenkirchen ahead of England's Euro 2024 opener against Serbia. Live commentary of that for you from 8 o'clock. We'll be building up to it from 7 here on 5 Live Sport at the end of that game between Slovenia and Denmark, where there is an incredible story developing, because 3 years after suffering a cardiac arrest at the Euros, Christian Eriksen has opened his country's scoring for this
Christian
tournament.
Eriksen was the guy that collapsed in the field.
The all-new GoDaddy Aero helps you get your business online in minutes with the power of AI. With the perfect name.
And watching this one for us, Paul Scott.
Yeah, they're in the very early stages of this final on centre court. Katie Bolt has actually just broken in the opening game, so she leads 1-0, looking to consolidate right now. Both these players playing for the second time today after rain caused their semi-finals to be delayed. The head-to-head between Bolter and Pliskova is 2-2. Now, the Czech sixth seed is currently ranked 50 in the world, 20 places below Bolter, but she is a former world number one and won this title here 8 years ago. She's also won Eastbourne twice. She does enjoy the grass. But Bolter, she really enjoys Nottingham. She came through in 3 hours and 3 sets against Emma Raducanu in her semi-final earlier.
Paul, thank you very much for that. And as Paul was just telling us, Katie Bolter did beat Emma Raducanu, but then Raducanu announced that she had rejected the chance to represent Team GB at the Paris Olympics later this summer. She's been explaining her decision.
I love playing for my country. I think that was pretty clear at Billie Jean King Cup. I really fought and I enjoyed it so much, but the Olympics is just not the right time for me this year. I really hope to be a part of the next one, but I guess with the changing surface, it's just not worth the risk for me at this point, having, recovered from the surgeries last year. But yeah, I do wish the team good luck. I think I'm very single-minded and I do things my own way and at my own time whenever I want. So and not in a diva way, but I think just prioritizing my body and my health, because I know if I'm fit, I know if I'm giving my 100%, I know that great things are happening and coming. So I just don't think there's any need to put additional stress on my body or any risk, especially with my history. I just feel fit, I feel strong. I don't feel like I picked up any niggles. I feel like I could keep going, which, even last year, even at the start of this year, just gaining that match fitness and being able to do day after day, I think it's a good position for me to now be in, to be, either feeling a little bit fatigued, but to be at the latter stages of a tournament. Whereas before, there's no point being super fresh if you're out, first round or every week. So I think that I've come a long way and actually I physically feel really good. So I think that block has just allowed me to do more work, more fitness. When you train such long hours in a day, yes, the matches are a different intensity, but you've got so much work back. You've been on the court 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. So, whatever match you can play, you can be out there for 3 hours. And I think I'm at the point where I'm starting to trust my body a lot more. I wouldn't say I'm the finished product at all, but I think I'm getting there.
Well, earlier at the Euros, Netherlands beat Poland 2-1 in their opening match. Former Manchester United striker Wout Weghorst scored the winner. Ronald Koeman spoke to us, and we'll hear from him a little bit later on. You join us, though, in Gelsenkirchen, the home of Schalke 04, and England are about to get their Euro 2024 campaign underway this evening. 8 o'clock is the kickoff for that one. We'll have all the build-up from 7 o'clock as they prepare to face Serbia. Let's just bring ourselves up to date with everything that's been happening in the Euros so far today, though. As we know, Denmark are leading Slovenia by 1-0. That goal came from Christian Eriksen, and what a great story that would be. What a great story it already is, as 3 years after suffering a cardiac arrest at the European Championships, he opens his country scoring in this year's tournament. And as I said earlier, the Netherlands beat Poland 2-1 in their opening match. This is Ronald Koeman talking about how it hasn't always been easy for Wout Weghorst.
First of all, when I spoke to Wout in the beginning to come in with the national team, I tried to explain by every individual player the possibilities for starting or coming on the pitch in the second half when we need a different play. And he was a little bit upset. And that's good. I think that's a good reaction. But one maybe is upset and he's not working. Wout was upset and he is doing a lot to get the opportunity to start. And that's a great mentality from the player. I think every team needs Dutch qualities and also English qualities that makes the team stronger. And of course he can start because he started in other games. He started really well, and that's an option. And we will see what the best is for the team, not what the best is for the player.
Well, that game got today's action in the Euros underway, and it finishes today with England's game against Serbia. Joining me here in Gelsenkirchen, our football correspondent John Murray and former England midfielder Izzy Christiansen.
Hello, Kelly.
John,
First time
lovely
I've clapped
to see
eyes on
you.
you
Well,
at this tournament.
it is, because
welcome to the Euros.
There's been a huge queue to get into the building. You've literally just sat down in the chair. It's been somewhat frantic.
Teething troubles, I would say, for the Arena auf Schalke's hosting of the matches at Euro 2024. And I suspect next time we come here, it'll be a good deal more straightforward.
The thing is, England can't afford to have
good,
teething
Chad?
troubles. They
What's
come
up?
as they always do into these big tournaments with huge weight of expectation and backed up by a really talented squad, certainly of attacking players there for England. So how important is it, not just in terms of how many points they get, because that you feel that they can reach that and win the group, but just to manage those expectations, just to put that to bed, to start with a win?
I think the feeling would be totally different had it not been for last week. And that did significantly change things. And I know that it's right to say that was effectively a pre-season friendly, and maybe we shouldn't read too much into that. But it was more about the overall performance and the fact that that wasn't a jammy 1-0 win by Iceland. They could have won by significantly more. And as we said on the night, I also feel that that's a match that all of the coaches who are going to be up against England in the group, certainly Dragan Stojkovic today, will have looked at and thought, right, that's how to get at England. And yes, there were lots of extenuating circumstances last week, and I do get that. And they've had a week since then. But that's why I feel tonight is either, it's going to be a real settler for England, a performance, a win, move on, or alternatively, you know what the alternative is.
The nerves could start kicking in, and certainly the inquest would start to begin at the end of that game. But England will be hoping they can get the result that they want against Serbia. We'll talk more from a Serbia perspective in the build-up to the game from 7 o'clock on 5 Live Sport. But for England, the team news we're expecting is that Mark Gay is going to start alongside John Stones. It is where it feels like Gareth Southgate has his biggest problem, certainly his biggest decisions to make.
Yeah, certainly so. And England haven't necessarily had, their perfect 11 available for the last 6 months or so. So, of course, we are drawn to the attention of the back four and how that's going to look. Luke Shaw coming back in, but the partner for John Stones was a key talking point up until now. And if Mark Gay does get the nod, you look at Serbia's strengths and go, they're very good at crossing. They're very good. And the two English centre-backs need to be excellent at dealing with those crosses and stifling the threat of Serbia in the final third. So if it is Mark Gay, absolutely no problem. He's had a fantastic season, and I'm sure he'll be ready.
And let me just say, Kelly, as well, everything outside the ground here seemed calm. There were thousands and thousands of England fans making their way up to the ground, and similar numbers as well of Serbian fans. And there's a heavy police presence outside, but outside the ground here, everything seemed okay from what we saw.
Hugely reassuring, particularly what's happened in Gelsenkirchen today, and you'll hear lots more from that in our BBC News bulletins here on 5 Live. John Murray and Izzy Christensen, along with Matt Upson, part of our team here as we build up to England against Serbia, their opening match of Euro 2024. It's already underway for Denmark and Slovenia, and we can head back there now for the second half with Pat Nevin and Alistair Bruce-Ball.
Thank you, Kelly. Yes, Slovenia is making their way back out onto the field here, I imagine, in just about an hour's time, maybe a little less. We'll be hearing from John Murray with the England team news ahead of Serbia-England. Kicking off 8 o'clock UK time. 5 Live BBC Sounds. This game at the moment also on the BBC World Service. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. Neither manager's made any changes at half-time. I'm just going to dig into the old Deutsche Wörterbuch, the German dictionary, our little feature that's running across the breakfast show during the Euros this summer. Rick Edwards out here setting you the German phrase every day. Slovenia, apparently, Pat, need to do a bit of einen Zahn zu legen. Einen Zahn zu legen. I'm not going to tell you what it means, because in the Football Daily podcast on the BBC Sounds app, that's where the answer is revealed. So have a think about that one. They need to einen Zahn zu legen, apparently.
I don't know what it means.
No, I
mate, I'm not giving away.
Okay, back underway. But Slovenia, I mean, what do you think, Pat? You were saying to me at halftime off there, possibly, that Slovenia it almost seems slightly counterintuitive. Play the 4-4-2. Have got the two strikers who both look dangerous individually, but you were saying maybe need to remove one of them just to change things a little bit here.
Well, they're losing the midfield battle badly, and they're allowing too much space for Eriksen. What you usually do then is you make it a kind of 4-5-1 or 4-3-3, and gives you a little bit more solidity in
What's
that midfield,
good,
and you
chat?
can cover those areas that are a danger to you just now. Yeah, you take
Christian
off one of your
Eriksen got
strikers,
the
but
first
you've
goal.
two
He's
wide
the
men
same
can
guy that
attack.
got that
It
cardiac
sounds as if
arrest
it's a
and
negative
collapsed
move.
in the field.
It's sometimes a positive one. It gives you a little bit more control again.
Fans don't always
I know,
see
you
it
never
that
see
way.
it that way. What, we're 1-0 down, you're taking off a striker?
Exactly.
What are you doing? But it can actually be seen, and that can work as a positive thing.
Pat Nevin, former Scotland international, represented his country at Euro 92. The one that Denmark won back in 1992, and here they are, Denmark, this iteration, leading Slovenia by 1-0. Both these teams in England's group, of course. Denmark have Kasper Schmeichel, the captain, in goal. Yet with anything really to do. Referee at the moment, Sandro Scherer, just wants to have a little word with Benjamin Šeško and Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Joachim Andersen, Andreas Christensen, Yannick Vestergaard, the three centre-backs for Denmark. Alexander Bar, Victor Christiansen, the 21-year-old. They're the two wing-backs. Højbjerg and Hjulman, Morten Hjulman of Sporting in central midfield. Christian Eriksen playing brilliantly and pulling the strings, scoring the game's only goal in the first half. Classic Eriksen goal as well, ghosting into space. Brilliant touch on the chest, and then not trying too hard with the finish, just gliding it into the bottom corner. And here's Rasmus Højlund trying to use strength and pace to get past Drukovic. Couldn't quite do it, but real intent from the Danish centre-forward. Here's his strike partner, Vin, on the right-hand side. Looks for the little nutmeg down the byline, runs through to Bijol, and Bijol clears with his left foot. So Eriksen in the hole, and then Jonas Vin and Højlund as the front two.
He's a bull, isn't he? Højlund. Big centre-backs, and he just believes his own strength is the best, one of the best parts of his game, and he's not wrong.
Højbjerg chases a ball back for Denmark. So they will be looking for the second goal, obviously, to try and make their lead a little more comfortable. They know precisely the challenge that Slovenia offer, having come up against them in the qualification campaign. Is Andersen from the right-sided centre-back position, curling passes over the head of Højlund. Karničnik, the right-back for Slovenia, prods the ball forward. Little back heel there from Stojanovic, has knocked it straight out of play, and Denmark take their throw from wide on the left. So they're pretty easy to distinguish the two teams, because Denmark are all in red with white trim, and Slovenia all in white with a little bit of blue trim. Here's Højbjerg, little burst forward down the left. Plays the ball off to Christiansen. Back it comes to Vestergaard. Victor Christiansen starting, actually. Didn't even mention this at the start of the game, but Joachim Mæhle is the one who often plays left wing back. He had a fabulous Euros 3 years ago, but Christiansen has done well so far today.
Yeah, I mentioned in the build-up to the game, the backup that they've got, James, is very, very good indeed. There's not that many players that they would be devastated to miss if they got an injury, because they've got good cover.
Šeško's been fouled. Andreas Christensen has been booked. Slovenia are trying to make their way forward inside the Denmark half. Christensen wrestling with Šeško. Was the booking right there, do you think, Pat? Enough in the challenge?
Oh, it's
not. You're right, it's Hjulman. Sorry.
Hjulman. Yeah, I thought it was him. And he knew what he was doing. You know, what he does is what Slovenians aren't doing. They're leaving a deeper line midfielder who's killing the space. Now, on that occasion there, he got a little bit more space left than he meant to, and he's taken a yellow card for the team, and it was a yellow card.
Curling ball down the left from Ilshik. That wasn't a clever challenge there from Andersen on Šeško. Scoop ball into the Danish penalty area. Andreas Christensen is the one to deal with it. Wasn't sure whether Kasper Schmeichel was coming or not. Didn't take any chances. Hooks it over his shoulder and out for a throw to Slovenia on the left. They've got Jan Oblak in goals. Zan Karničnik is the right back. Eric Jans are about to take this throw left back. Drukovic and Bijol, the two centre backs. Stojanovic wide right, Mlakar wide left. Gnezda, Cherin and Ilžnik in central midfield. Sporar and Šeško. Sean Connery would have been able to say that well, Pat, wouldn't he? Šeško. Long throw into the penalty. Oh, that's dangerous. Schmeichel comes nowhere near it. And in the end, Christiansen clears it away with his left foot. Slovenia are appealing for a handball. So the video assistant referee might have something to look at here.
Well, he's definitely listening for it. You can see the referee's pointing to his ear. You know, it was a real good scam of a throw-in because they thought it was going to be a long throw-in. So they went to the near post. Problem is, it wasn't a long throw-in. It was a very long throw-in. It went well beyond them all.
I'll tell you what there, Pat. So it didn't hit Vestergaard's arm, but that was a really risky leap at the ball from Vestergaard because he sort of splayed himself like a goalkeeper with both arms out wide.
They were completely shocked by the distance. I mean, a long throw is usually about the 6-yard line, just inside it. The ball bounced beyond the goal. That's a phenomenal throw.
Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Hope for Slovenia. Another enormous throw. Schmeichel comes out to punch it clear. Headed back across goal, and Slovenia can't scramble it home. Slovenian player down. Might have been caught as the cross came in. Bijol crosses again.
We've got to
from
have a
the
look at
left.
that. We've got to have a look at that. Do you know, if he has been caught there and it's off the ball, it doesn't matter if he's trying to kick the ball. If he's kicked the player and missed the ball, could be a real chance of a penalty here. We'll have a look at it.
Let's have a look on the monitor. So Šeško leaps at the near post. Schmeichel punches it away. Stojanovic heads it across goal. Sporar's trying to get there.
I'm not giving that. I think he's making more out of it than there is there. Let's have a look again. There's a better angle. He's caught him a bit. It's not clear enough, obviously.
No,
it's not.
It's rash defending again, though. Vestergaard with the first one with the lead. This time it's Joachim Andersen who just has a wild swing with his right foot. I'm not sure there's enough contact to be able to give that as a penalty.
There's enough contact to give it as a penalty if the referee's seen it. But is it a clear and a very, very, very clear one? No, it's not.
Yeah, with the referee having not seen it, they're going to back his decision on the field.
I think they've got that one right. That's exactly how the rule states it should run.
But there we go, Pat. I mean, danger, either side. Long throws into the box. Of course, Denmark.
But you know, we're into the second half. I hadn't seen the long throw before that. 2 in a row caused mayhem in that back line.
Right, England, take note. Who's got the long throw? I know that could be Kyle Walker. His podcast available for you on the BBC Sounds app at the moment. You'll never beat Kyle Walker. Football Daily there for you every day during the Euros as well. Match the Day Top 10 podcast, also well worth a listen. Gary Lineker, Michael Richards, Alan Shearer going through things all European Championship related. Great talking points, lists, names, moments. Oblak clears with his right foot for Slovenia. They're trying to play out inside their own half. Ball, I thought, had broken for them there, and Ilskit was bringing it away. There's a yellow card given, though, for the challenge by Stojanovic on Højbjerg. And suddenly the yellow cards are appearing at the start of the second half, and Denmark get the free kick.
I mean, maybe I'll call. It's definitely not going to be deliberate, and there's nothing in that. It's extraordinarily harsh. In fact, that's not even a foul. That's not even, that might not be a yellow card. That's not even a foul. I'm a wee bit disappointed by, was it Højbjerg who went down?
Yeah.
Made a meal of it. Nothing wrong with it. It's very poor.
Sandro Scherer is our referee from Switzerland, officiating in his first major tournament. By the way, I know Pat will be interested in this as well. Serbia, England, obviously, got to be listened to this evening on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Kicks off at 8 o'clock UK time. If you're a golf fan, the final round of the US Open is set up beautifully. Commentary on that on Sports Extra from 7:30 this evening. Rory McIlroy starts 3 shots behind the leader, Bryson DeChambeau. Ludwig Aubert 5 shots behind. Eriksen's delivery into the box, takes a couple of touches, just goes wide of the Slovenian goal. Great delivery, caused real problems, and the last touch came from Bijol, who might have just saved his team there.
You just take it for granted it's going to be perfect. It's going to be incredibly hard to defend. It was actually, in the end of the game, it was great defending, wasn't it?
It was.
And he had to be very special to get that header pass. Nearly went for an own goal, though.
9 minutes gone, second half. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. Christian Eriksen, the orchestrator, the goal scorer. Corner taker to the far post. Headed away to the right flank for Denmark. Barr takes a tumble, and the assistant referee saw that clearly, decided it was a push. So Denmark get a free kick, and it's going to be one of those sort of short corner ones, so just up from the corner flag, just in from the touchline on the right. Guess who? Trotting over, about to cause Slovenia's defence more problems.
The last person you want to see doing that was that Stojanovic who went over there and pushed him again there.
Who's just been booked.
Yeah, he took a chance there. That was more of a booking than the previous one. The referee never blinked.
No.
Or lifted an eyebrow.
Right, there's the left-footed option here if they want the in-swinger. Left wing back Victor Christensen's over there. I think
if he's gone all the way over there,
he's going to run over the ball and leave it to the main man. Eriksen's ball. That was fist in at pace. Slovenia half clear. Then it's whacked high in the air. Headed forward by Hjulman. Backheel flick. Hoyland receives it. Little trick from him. Stretches to try and control. The ball runs to Eriksson. 25 yards from goal in the inside right channel. Looks left and right. Rolls the pass to his right. And Joachim Andersen just kept that in play right underneath the eyes of the assistant referee on the right-hand touchline.
It's amazing many times that fans go mad saying that ball was out. No, it wasn't.
Eriksson, clever step over. Ball runs to Hoyland, just outside the penalty area. Drukovic in with the challenge. Barr plays it forward into the box. Vin gets a little nudge in the back, and then Bijol clears behind for the corner. And Hoyland stays down just for a second there, but then hauls himself to his feet.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a shove there, but it's a more open game the second half.
Yeah.
The first half was really was controlled mostly by the Danish side, and I think give a little bit of credit to the Slovenians. They've come out, they've been a little bit more open, they've tried to push it a bit. I'm not sure they've got the energy to keep it going for 90 minutes at that sort of pace though.
Slovenian fans packing that end away to our right. That's the end that Denmark are attacking. Here's the corner from Eriksson from the right, an away swinger. Headed to the edge of the penalty area, second header, and the ball falls at the feet of young Victor Christiansen, who decides just to take a touch and come back to 37-year-old Denmark captain Kasper Schmeichel, who shows he can pass a ball as well as he pings a diagonal out to Christian Eriksen. Back it comes to Joachim Andersen. Cross to Christiansen. Third centre-back gets involved as well. Vestergaard. Vestergaard plays to Højbjerg inside his own half. Turns away from Šeško. Wide it comes to Eriksson. There's a swing at a first-time left-footed pass. High spinning ball headed up in the air by Drukovic. Second header from Timmy Ilshnik, once of Derby County, many, many years ago. Had some loan spells in League Two at Swindon, Mansfield and Northampton. So maybe when he was doing that, I'm sure he was necessarily thinking about playing for Slovenia in a major international tournament, but that's what he's doing this afternoon. Ball is loose inside the Slovenian half. Knocked back to the goalkeeper, Oblak. Eriksson comes hurtling towards him. Oblak knocks the ball into space down the left for Slovenia, and it's easily collected by Joachim Andersen.
It's going on a quiet phase of the game once again. And that's the Slovenians can't allow that to happen. They may keep it lifted, and I will not be surprised if they don't make a change or two in the next few minutes, because you can run out of time here. Just let the game just filter away. And there are one or two weaknesses in that defence for the Danes. And the one thing I would say, if you can get off the pack, get into the last third and get that long throw running, then you've got every opportunity.
Yeah, that's something certainly England will have to look out for when they play Slovenia. And your man Benjamin Šeško's wrestling with Joachim Andersen at the moment. That's England's third game.
I don't
in the
know.
group.
I
Their
don't think
first one coming
Slovenia's
up,
going to do much,
this
you
evening.
guys. I
Kicking
think
off
the Danes got this one in the
8
bag.
o'clock UK time. Serbia against England in Gelsenkirchen. John Murray, Matt Upson, your commentary team for that one. 5 Live and BBC Sound. Šeško can't do anything with that. Schmeichel with an outrageously sidewinding fizzed ball with his right foot out to the left. Pulled it off perfectly. Denmark have the ball now with Vestergaard. Christiansen makes the run down the left-hand side. Vestergaard plays it across his own half to Andersen. Here's Barr. Barr lays it off to Højbjerg. Halfway line, wide on the right. Pass forward intercepted. Might fall for Malakar. Malakar tries to knock the ball infield to Šeško. Højbjerg back to make amends. Makes the tackle. Slovenian throw.
Shouldn't have been, but they got that. The referee couldn't see it from that sort of angle. But it's getting into that area where I was talking about. You could maybe try a long throw from here, but then if you've got that sort of weapon, you've got to manipulate situations that you can use it a little bit. And the fact that they never used it once in the first half tells that they're not using that enough.
Ball is with the Slovenian centre-back, Jaka Bijol, one of the 4 members of the squad who plays his club football in one of the top 5 European leagues. Plays for Udinese. Drukovic, he's the captain of Sochi in Russia, the other centre-back. Wide to Janza, his ball forward. Šeško, Denmark thought he was coming back from an offside position. He was. So Denmark get the free kick. We've got half an hour left in this game. First game in Group C. Denmark comfortable, leading by a goal to nil, but it is only 1-0.
It is only 1-0. And the Slovenian fans, that's the ones you can hear in the background there. The Danes have gone quite quiet. But the Slovenians are saying, look, have a bit of a go. Take a chance, do something slightly different. Maybe they will here.
Yeah, here's the opportunity, and then the pass is overhit from Ilschnik, way beyond Sporra. Just got a little overexcited there, and it goes out for the throw into Denmark in the left-back position. No sign of any changes as yet, although 5 of the Slovenian subs with the UEFA gold bibs on, going through the warm-up routines beneath us. Saw him last night, but he's just gone from our screen there. Fella in the red suit, so it's an entirely red suit, but it's plastered in Danish flags, suit and trousers.
Actually, I did see him last night.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. As well as the flamingos.
Yes. People are not going to believe it, but these flamingos are they? But they were there, I promise.
In the park here in Stuttgart on Pat's run this morning. Højbjerg running for Denmark, plays it wide to Christensen. Back again to Højbjerg. Little 1-2 with Hjulmand. Højbjerg out to the left to Christensen. Ball nearly ran to Eriksson. Slovenia have knocked it away, but not far. Højbjerg gives it to Eriksson.
You could never watch it, hey?
Into a little bit of space ahead of him.
Yeah, it's a little boring.
Højbjerg. Into the middle it comes to Hjulmand.
I just know there's lots of people that
finds Vin.
will come
space
and
for Vin here. Support on the left-hand side.
it's kind of like clickbait
Good
for
first
me.
touch. Whip cross to the far post beyond everyone, and that will go out for a throw-in to Slovenia.
During the first half, when Eriksson was completely and utterly controlling everything, and he was shooting, every
So
opportunity, he was trying to get that second goal. It's about me that thinks he knows that he can't play necessarily 3 games
football.
in 90 minutes.
Football.
If he can get a game finished, he can go off and have a little bit of rest for half an hour and be able to last a bit longer in the tournament. But at the moment, that's not looking likely because he's fallen out of the game a little bit. They're not creating as many chances.
I was doing my stream this morning. I just about fell asleep. So I can relate to you.
Well, okay, we 1-0 up. We don't need to try anything special.
Winners of this group will face one of the best third-place teams from either groups D, E, or F.
We can do ultimate fighting
group
too.
We'll face the winners.
Let me know when the
Group
next
A.
good ultimate fight is coming. I'll stream that, dude.
Remember, this is England's group as well. This is Slovenia 0, Denmark 1.
Anything that you think will bring in
If you finish
people.
third in this group and you are one of those best placed runners-up, you'll play the winners of Group E, which contains Belgium, or Group F, that could potentially be Portugal. Here's Sporra.
Thanks for coming in, by the way, Hugh.
In their bright white kit. Set in on the halfway line. Rolls the pass across to his midfield partner, Ilschnik. Denmark just back off for a second. Time to try and pick out a cross. In it comes, headed away by Vestergaard. Finds Eriksson just outside his own penalty area. Eriksson lays it off to Hjulmand. Hjulmand plays back to Victor Christensen, who's going to try and make a move down the left. Højlund having his shirt wrestled off his back there by Drukovic, wins the free kick just short of the halfway line.
Been a bit of physical battle between them two, hasn't it? I mean, the shirt, as you say, almost come off his back there. Just love Højlund's attitude. He's saying, okay, it's a battle. It's Shearer-esque. It's a battle. Okay, then I'll take part in this battle, and I won't ask for any quarter, but I ain't going to be given any either.
Yeah, I think his attitude, Pat's been fantastic all season, hasn't it?
Love it.
For Manchester United as well in difficult times. They're looking for Højlund there. Anderson's ball is intercepted. Ilschnik quickly forward looking for Šeško. Šeško, bit of strength, tries to knock Andreas Christensen off the ball. Denmark double up on him. Hjulmand rolls it into the path of Højbjerg. Victor Christensen screaming for it on the left-hand side. Gets it. Low ball comes in. Højlund, great save by Oblak. Made himself big on the goal line. Back to Bar. Drives the shot. That one hits Vin. So he blocks his teammate's own shot there. Højbjerg lays it off to Bar. Cross into the near post beyond Højlund and the run of Eriksson. This might fall to Højlund, but that came at it in pace. Tried to chest it down and control it. There was a foul in there from Højlund. Referee's going to play advantage. Stojanovic brings it forward for Slovenia. Šeško is dropped deep onto the ball. Slows things down. Plays it into central midfield.
Hey, Hotboxinator.
Down because they had players that were
Thanks
on
for
the
coming in, buddy. Good to see you.
I cannot believe they
Hotboxinator, look what I have. Look what I got. Hotboxinator, you're just in time.
Yeah. What a superb save by Oblak. I mean, we know he's extra special, but that's 3 yards out. He's got two players careering towards him. He's got to be not only good, he's got to be extraordinarily brave. He was.
Won't you join me, Hotboxinator?
Yeah, Rasmus Højlund thought he might have had his first goal at a major international tournament. We're getting the replay right now. Christensen's delivery. Højlund is right there, sticks his right foot on it, and it thumps Oblak in the chest, all in bright yellow, making himself as big as he can. It's always one of the great things, isn't it, Pat? We're at major tournaments, and so many players, great players, occasionally miss out. I mean, Erling Haaland is not here at this tournament. Oblak has never played in a major international tournament. Great to see him here.
Absolutely, Case, and he'll love that moment if it makes a big change to his team. And talking of changes to his team,
yes,
about to have one.
What's the gas pack hot box name?
Slovenia first up.
And
20 minutes
let's get
gone.
Liddy, dude.
Second half, England game getting ever closer against Serbia tonight. But look out, here comes Slovenia. Sporov collects the ball down by the byline, gets that cross in, headed just wide. Great run into the penalty area from Serin.
This one's for you, hot box Nader.
The cross found him, and he just couldn't guide it beyond Schmeichel into the far corner.
I'd say that's the best moment of the second half for them. Simple ball down the line, though. There's not a lot of zip on the cross. He's had to kind of dolly it up there, but he could have done. I mean, if your big centre forwards coming on that as opposed to a midfielder, there's every chance that lands in the back of the net. Best chance maybe that they've had in the game so far. Couldn't take it.
Right, change. We'll see Stojanovic, the right-sided midfielder, coming off. I can see Malaka over to the right-hand side, and coming on.
I just got to clean 1 second.
Verbic, 30-year-old, plays his club football for Panathinaikos, and he was the one who scored the late winner against Kazakhstan in the qualification campaign to seal the deal for Slovenia and bring them to the Euros. Not going to be too far away from getting your first England lineup at this tournament. John Murray will bring us that. Matt Upson alongside him. Joe Hart and Izzy Christiansen you'll hear from as well, ahead of Serbia-England. Full commentary on the way tonight. Kicks off at 8 o'clock UK time, followed by Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton taking the calls on 6:06. Eriksson. Low pass to his left. Christiansen's cross is blocked. It's not the easiest thing to say to get out quickly, and then he's tackled, and it goes out for a throw-in to Denmark.
Cheers, hot box Nader.
Tired players out there. I mean, it's a big old pitch, and you can see that the spaces are beginning to open up. And if you're the likes of Eriksson, you love that, but you're also getting a wee bit tired.
Throw-in, little flick down from Vin, and then Eriksson tries something special. Ball bounced up on him, tight angle, and he's knocked it past the near post.
Same move as a goal. Exactly the same move as a goal. It's a throw in, it's a flick round the corner there, and Eriksson's making the third man run, which just makes me think that first goal's not a fluke.
No.
They've worked on that. They absolutely have worked on it. Now, it was a brilliant, and the skills all had to be done brilliantly at top speed.
All right, I'll go check it out.
Exactly the same move there.
I should remind you as well, Serbia-England.
I'm excited, man.
You're able to watch
I need
that
some
on
laughs.
BBC One this evening. But if you're one of those who loves the 5 Live commentary, which I hope you do,
good laughs are the key.
On the iPlayer,
good laughs are like
BBC
currency
TV
of the
pictures,
modern
you can have the
age.
5 Live commentary synced up alongside. Joachim Andersen plays forward to Morten Hjulman. Back to Andersen. Hjulman again. On to Eriksson. Eriksson trying to turn cleverly just inside the Slovenian half. They're wise to him this time. Šeško onto the ball, flicks it to his left. There's the substitute. Verbic knocked over in the challenge. Referee said it was a 50-50.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
You can hear the reaction.
One of the guys I watched, he thought I was a government agent.
For Denmark.
Like, look at me. Do I look like a government agent?
Say that on that one.
He thought I was a
coming
Fed.
together of two players, and Verbic couldn't get himself out of the way, but then
people are
just
crazy,
stood still
dude.
and took what was a thump. Yes, it was a thump, but he didn't have the ball under control.
Andreas Christensen to Højbjerg. Hjulman.
I gotta light some incense hot box Nader. I'll just be a minute.
Similar decision from the referee. No free kick. Šeško on the turn, trying to get away from Christensen. This time it is a free kick. Christensen put a foot in. Then Šeško and he exchange a few words. And now the referee is coming over to the Slovenian bench. And one of Maciej Kek's assistants is going to be shown a yellow card for a bit of verbals, I imagine, on the touchline.
And nonsensical anyway, because he was wrong. But in that case, they eventually get the free kick. They've got a chance to put it in the box. It's not a great angle, though, is it?
No. And in fact, Pat, for that reason, Sherin has just played it to his left-hand side, to the left-back Janza. Back it comes centrally. Then they knock it into the box.
Right?
Header one by Andersen for Denmark.
Something does.
Cleared away by Victor Christiansen. Or Højlund does well to win that. That was a hard one. Holds the defender off. Now Eriksson. Eriksson's got Højlund ahead of him. Eriksson being chased by Cherin. Rolls the ball to the feet of Højlund. Højlund's got the defence backpedaling. Uses pace and strength to try and go on the outside. He's tackled. And it goes behind for the Slovenian corner. Danish corner.
That was one of the things about those three. When they get together, they've got a lovely triangle, haven't they? Eriksson, Finn and Højlund. get the ball. They've got players around them, but they believe in each other. They work it with each other, come at 1-2s. Eventually leads to a shot towards the goal there. You're definitely not seeing that with any link-up play whatsoever for the opposition when they're in their front third, and that's why you think, do you really need 2 strikers up there?
Live in Stuttgart with Pat Nevin, 5
What?
Live BBC Sounds, the BBC World Service.
What? That's
Serbia
such
against
melodrama.
England on the way here at Euro 2024. Eriksson with the corner for Denmark. Delivery superb as always.
Man, I
Headed over
can't
the bar
wait.
by Vin. Got
As soon
underneath
as my
it,
stream's
way
done,
over the crossbar.
this game's got like
Behind for the
25
goal kick.
minutes
Second
left.
goal.
As soon as
Clearly
it's
you
done,
feel
dude, I'm
will
going to
kill
go
the
watch
game and get
yours.
Denmark the win. But it still remains 1-0.
There's plenty of international managers who think, you know, we're 1-0 down. I'm not going to panic. We're against a very strong side. But for 10 minutes at the end, we'll have a dig. We'll have a go. And you just never know. It's quite a common thing to do in the game these days. And I wouldn't be surprised if Slovenia are thinking that way just now.
Yeah, I remember actually, Pat, sitting alongside you at the end of last year, and Scotland tried to do that against Spain in Seville, didn't they? And they were waiting, and they just conceded at the wrong time before they were about to go and do that.
And of course, McTominay.
Yeah,
scored
dude,
the goal
thank
that
you.
was,
You've been awesome to me, dude.
yeah,
I really appreciate all your
cancelled
support,
out.
man.
And, you know, would have won. And of course, Scotland did do that against Norway, and it worked.
Yes. Yeah, 2-1.
Nice about Scotland.
Yeah. Wednesday night, Pat, we'll be there again for the next one. Scotland against Switzerland. Full commentary, 5
Yeah,
live
dude,
at
you've
BBC
been
Sounds.
great, dude.
That is an 8 o'clock kickoff UK time. Plenty of football coming your way before that. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1 at the moment. 3 commentaries tomorrow. 2
This
o'clock
one's
Romania,
for you,
Ukraine. 5 o'clock Belgium, Slovakia. Roberto. Belgium, Slovakia in Group E. I was about to say Roberto Martinez is Belgium, and of course it's Roberto Martinez is Portugal, who aren't underway just yet. Austria, France is our 8 o'clock game tomorrow night. Free kick for Denmark inside their own half. A couple of Slovenian players getting a little frustrated. Denmark taking their time. Just over 15 minutes to play. Huidier stands over the ball, looking for options. What's he waiting for here, Huidier? Takes a deep breath and just taps it back to Vestergaard.
Well, killing a little bit of time. Why shouldn't it kill a little bit of time? Because
Yeah, you've been awesome, man.
No one's telling
I really appreciate it. You haven't been causing any problems in the chat or anything like that.
It just slightly surprises me.
You've been solid, so I really appreciate you, man. You're one of the better ones.
Yeah, what's interesting here, Pat, so one of the changes coming up shortly, I just see the number 5 has appeared. That is Jon Garence Stankovic. He's a defensive midfielder for Sturm Graz, but he's not going to be the only change. So there's going to be something else happening as well. Part of the plan for Slovenia, still trailing Denmark by a goal to 0. Yes, and the other change will be a striker in Zan Selar, who plays for Lugano in Switzerland. In the meantime, Denmark have conceded a free kick, and this is in a good position for Slovenia.
Yeah.
It's about 25 yards out, maybe a little bit more.
You can talk about whatever you want, right? But
left back Eric Janssen
try to just be calm about it. You know, like if you're having problems, that's fine. You can talk about your problems, but
position there, you really want to zip that in towards the back post. With some
try not
pace.
like I'm a big
really
proponent of don't spam.
You
know, like you can talk about what you want, but please don't spam the chat. That's a big thing for me.
22,
big pet peeve.
Let's see. Jans, the left footer, delivers. Good delivery and wide. Sporar again, getting in the right spot. I think got the final touch. He's on the floor inside the 6-yard box, and it's not wide of Kasper Schmeichel's goal.
To be honest, I give him that. It's a very good ball. But I tell you, it looked offside to me when it was played in.
Yeah.
Looked about a foot offside to me. Sporar got in a good position just in front of it. Oddly enough.
So what's up with you? How's your Sunday
Which is a
treating you,
real
man?
surprise. That's not what centre forwards generally do, and the ball's being fizzed across in front of the goalkeeper.
So Jan Selar and Jon Garence Stankovic
Like
waiting
all
to
I
come
think
on
of when I think of is
for
spamming
Slovenia.
is you're trying to like let's say you're
First
in real
major
life and
tournament
you're
for
trying to
them,
talk.
14 years.
Spamming
The
is
last
the
one they did
equivalent
play
of
England,
someone
actually,
just
on the
yelling
group game 2010.
just
Jermaine
for the
Defoe
sake
scored
of
in a 1-0 win
interrupting you
for
so no one
England. I
can
remember
hear
when
you
it made-
talk,
this is only
right?
their
Like it's just
second Euro,
it's stupid
for
rude.
Slovenia. The other one was back in 2000. I remember watching this game very, very clearly.
Right
They
on.
went 3-0 up against
What are you doing in the
Yugoslavia,
mountains?
and it
Going
finished
camping?
3-3. It was one of those classic Euros games that I ended up watching, and I thought, well, what's this one going to be about? And it turned into an absolute classic, the 3-3 game. I think they're the only team in Euros history to have taken a 3-0 lead and not been able to hold on to it. They trailed Denmark by
Yeah,
a goal
that's
to
cool.
nil.
Right
here,
on.
15 minutes
Good
to
for
play.
you, man.
They thought with
How long's your
make a
hike
couple
going
of
to be?
changes as well, but the last thing you want to do when you're trying to kill a lot of time is to make changes at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time
sweet.
as the opposition. So
You should do
they
some
changed their mind
shorts
there.
out
They'll
there.
wait a few minutes.
Get some of
Yusuf
that
Poulsen,
scenery.
the RB Leipzig
Get
forward
some
attacker, waiting to come
scenery
on
footage.
for Denmark. Plenty of major tournament experience for him. And Joachim Mæhle, left wing back, now plays his club football for Wolfsburg, waiting to come on as well. Slovenia's left back Janza fires it forward. Might drop to Šeško, edge of the box. Oh, he's hit the post with a thunderbolt. Right-footed effort. He caught that so well.
Oh,
Striker was beaten, and Slovenia were nearly level. What a hit!
Oh,
He's
too
had two
bad.
stormings in
He
this game. One
just
in the
hit a
first half,
post.
which skinned the post. Keeper was absolutely nowhere near it. Schmeichel. This time,
Well,
it's
that's
an
good,
even
dude.
better hit. He's
Getting
caught it
out
on a
there
half
and
volley,
getting
and it's lashed.
getting
It's a
that
little bit of
cardio
a
is
bend on
good.
it.
Not to
That
mention in
bend is
nature
taking
as
it
well.
onto the post as
I hope
opposed
you
to
have a
taking
good
it past.
time.
Schmeichel's diving across, but he hasn't got a sniff of that. He's going to get nailed that.
I want the speed gun on that part. What? Blimey.
Well, so Phil Krug's there on
Oh,
that.
blimey.
Corner for Slovenia, delivered in. Højbjerg gets a header onto it. Out of the penalty area it goes. Driven, deflected in! Eric Jan's shot for Slovenia.
Holy crap, they tied it! Holy crap, they tied it!
He hit it true, he hit it
Hotbox there, they tied it!
deflection.
Holy
And
shit!
he just struck the woodwork with a thunderbolt.
Look at the stats. They've been getting their butts kicked. They just tied it.
Slovenia won. Denmark won. The entire Slovenian squad come out to celebrate.
It almost feels like Ropadov. They've just sat back. They've sat back. And then they went, okay, we're going to have a little bit of a go now. Made the changes, bringing another forward player on. So they've got a 3-man front line. And they've just completely changed it.
And if you are a Slovenia fan right now, you are just in awe.
But it was the left fullback in this occasion. He's got it well. I wonder if there was any deflection. Did you see a deflection?
I think I did, Pat.
Yeah, tiny little deflections go through. We're seeing an angle now. Kasper Schmeichel, he's got a good look at it. So, yeah, it's got a big old deflection there. Schmeichel would have caught it. But
A big old deflection in there.
1-1.
Do you know what that's reminded me of, Pat? So the first game we did, Germany-Scotland, Mittelstadt, the left-back, kept
Dude,
hitting those sort of
Denmark's
efforts
been
over the bar in
dominating.
He kept that one
Denmark's
there
been
brilliantly.
dominating, and
Absolutely.
that was just huge if you're a Slovenia fan.
Minutes before it, saying, you sit back, you wait. Lots of coaches are doing it. Classically, it has worked because he made the changes, and immediately the whole team was lifted.
Should make for a really exciting last 13 minutes plus added time.
13 minutes plus added time, maybe about 15 minutes.
On the way, kicks off 8 o'clock UK time. Full commentary coming up right here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
I'm doing the England game later, so I hope to see a lot of our England friends coming in.
Stankovic floats a high ball, crossed in by Janza, might fall here on the volley. Second attempt from Sporar, gets underneath it, knocked high over the bar, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But Denmark are going to have to come out. And
You
try and find
like
another.
starting fights in NHL?
And but they're panic changes now, aren't they?
Like hockey
So
fights?
Because you've slightly panicked, the whole team are thinking, wait a minute, what's going on here? And they look as if they've lost their shape a little bit and not comfortable with the position that they're in. And Slovenia believe, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They do not look
Cool,
as if they
cool.
believe
How do you
in this
start
game
fights
up until the last 3
in
minutes.
NHL
And by the way, they
for
don't look as if they fancy a draw now.
No,
They
they
want to
don't.
go and win it.
for
Chasing
video?
everything, pushing the back on Grant Stankovic from Hoyland. He's
Like,
frustrated.
I'm
kicks
assuming
it all
it's
away.
NHL,
Premier
like,
League, that'd be a yellow card.
2024 you're
But
talking
here the
about?
referee decides not, just the free kick. So,
Well, he's allowed it to go on a little bit there, I understand that. But, again, the game's been generally played in a pretty good spirit, so I absolutely understand that the referee doesn't want to get his yellow cards out too early. And he's already made one mistake with a yellow card, so no more at this point in time.
So Joachim Mæhle on for Victor Christiansen, wide on the left for Denmark. Yusuf Poulsen yet to get into the game. Free kick for Denmark just outside their own penalty area. 10 minutes plus added time remaining. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1 in Group C. Slovenia.
06 to 08, so that was like what?
Major
PS2?
international tournaments.
Right?
South Africa
PS2?
2010, they beat Algeria by a goal to nil. They've never got out of a group. Here's Alexander Barr, tackled by Bijol, and wins a corner for
Okay,
Denmark.
cool.
Christian Eriksen still out there, gets ready to take it.
Yeah,
I could never control the fights. I was good at fighting, but I could never figure out how to make them
They've had
fight.
the vast majority of the possession in the game. I don't know the exact stats are, I think 65%, something like that. But, you know, they didn't finish them off. And suddenly they're up against a team that really fancy it. Now, this game could go either way.
Yeah.
By the way, a draw, the best result for England.
Yeah, good point, actually. Christian Eriksen floated ball with the corner. Vestergaard heads it back towards goal, but not much pace on that. And easy to catch for Oblak. And you can hear the reaction from the thousands of Slovenian fans massed together behind his goal. Oblak bowls the ball out underarm. So in the group qualification in Ljubljana, it did finish. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. In Copenhagen, it was Denmark 2, Slovenia 1. Now we've got Slovenia 1, Denmark 1, with Serbia, England on the way. But here comes Slovenia. The pass may have been played a bit early for Sporar. No, he's got pace to get past his man. Hits the shot, slices it into the side netting. Schmeichel to close the angle, and the referee's given a corner.
Do you know what? Sporar might be quick, but was that Vestergaard towing a caravan there?
Yeah. Well,
he just went past him completely. It was Vestergaard, wasn't it? I cannot believe it took about 5 yards off him and at the space of 10 yards. That's incredible. Either that or Vestergaard's injured, maybe.
Do you remember, Pat, Chelsea's first goal against Leicester in the FA Cup this season? You and I were commentating exactly that. Down that channel there.
We'll do a stream.
Pure pace.
We'll do a stream sometime and we'll look that up. We'll look up the fights for NHL 2004.
Going to win this. It is, isn't it? It's Slovenia, which is unthinkable for the minutes before.
Here comes the corner, swinging to the far post. Great catch by Schmeichel. He wasn't challenged as such for the ball, but at full stretch, falling backwards, clings on cleanly to the Euro 2024 match.
Yeah,
ball.
we'll do any other games
Lovely
too that you want to see.
Mailer plays it infield to Højbjerg. 8 minutes plus added time.
My streams are more like kind of a gathering place. Like I just decided to do Euros because I knew it would be like clickbaitish and I could probably get some easy views. But yeah, my streams aren't limited to anything.
Germany beating Scotland, Switzerland beating Hungary. I suppose you call it that way. Spain
UFC 3. Which year did that come out?
Night. Netherlands beat Poland 2-1 earlier on today, but this 1-1, long ball forward, won't find bar. Triple change now being made late on by Kasper Hjulmand, the Danish boss. So Yusuf Poulsen will come on. Kasper Dolberg, the striker who scored some important goals at the last Euros in the knockout stages, now plays his club football for Anderlecht.
2018. Okay, we can check that out too, man.
Poulsen. And the other player to come on.
Hey, Hotbox Leader, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Hotbox.
Double change up front, one change in midfield, Højbjerg off, and Christian Norgard on.
Do you know, that's really clever and really sensible to make that, because you could see they'd run out of legs there. They weren't getting much, you know, in no possession of the midfield.
Okay,
but they
so
were being run off
I've been thinking, I want to upgrade my speaker that I'm using right now. What kind of speaker should I get, and how much money do I need to spend to get a good one?
Movement there to the coach, because he could have actually lost the game there if he would have just sat where he was.
Slovenia take their goal kick. Selar is the one to receive it wide on the right. Plays it back to Karničnik. Oh, Vestergaard very nearly ends up looking like a brilliant touch, but it wasn't. Ball spins back in play, and he comes back to Schmeichel. Schmeichel digs his right foot underneath the ball. Down the middle of the pitch he goes. Intercepted. Garant Stankovic knocks it forward. Eriksen on the ball for Denmark. Crosses the halfway line. Foul. Barged over there. Picks himself up. Wants to take that free kick quickly. And the yellow card is given for the challenge by Selar.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do it. That's one of the things you have to do it. I have to do Eriksen, although he's
okay,
not
would
anywhere near
the small one be enough?
He did in the first half.
Like,
still looks sprightly, doesn't
people
it?
have been making
really
mention of how the sound on my stream isn't good,
and
I'm using a really cheap speaker. If I get a $60 one that's small, will that be enough,
Most
do you
likely
think?
to be able to sort of unlock the defence if Denmark are going to get a late winner. Yusuf Poulsen on the turn, tackled by Bijol. Slovenia's next game is against Serbia on Thursday in Munich. Denmark's next game against England, Frankfurt, Thursday, 5 o'clock commentary. That one, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Alexander Barr, long throw for Denmark into the box. Poulsen flicks it on.
I'll keep that in mind, because bottom line, Hotbox Nader, this thing is way too cheap. I want to show you my speaker that I used to use, okay? I'm going to show you, just hang on.
Šeško is able to collect for Slovenia. Loose pass from him, intercepted by Barr. into the last 5 minutes of the 90.
I got to keep it close by, and
1-1.
and sometimes it shuts off because it can't handle all the sound.
Comes running in from the right-hand side, finds Eriksson, 30 yards out in a central position, slides it forward to Dolberg. Good feet from him.
Hot box leader, I just want you to see my old speaker.
Half deflected, spun away from Eriksson, but now he plays a first-time pass back into midfield to Norgard, wide to Bar. Denmark probing here. Norgard's low ball. Poulsen controls. Back to goal edge of the box. Lays it back. Hjulmand, weak shot straight at Oblak.
It's actually the best part of the game we're having now. Because
this one is a Bose.
Both teams have got the possibility of a point, but actually neither seems to want a point. They both want to really go for it. So it has opened up, and it really is enjoyable. And again, I have to say to the Slovenians,
the problem is that there's a short in it.
Really
I was telling Joe Miller about it, and he thinks there's a short in it. But otherwise, this thing used to be awesome.
Wide open in the midfield. They really want to win this game. They believe they can.
Benjamin Verbic wide left. Selar the sub wide right. Sporar and Šeško the two strikers.
I mean, it is noticeably.
Well, I've had this speaker for like 12 years, so I guess it's just.
I mean, it may not sound much, but in the modern
it died,
game,
I guess, right?
It's unusual.
And that's
it gets power, but sometimes it just turns off.
Because he's got to sit there in the middle alongside Serin. Long ball forward.
So I've been procrastinating getting a speaker. So thanks for your info. I really appreciate your help.
Slovenia. It may well come, you know, Pat. You never know.
And I say the most likely at the moment, if you've got those four attackers up there, them are expecting the pure psychology of it, you know, having dominated the game, and then suddenly you only have a point, and you start looking around at all your teammates thinking, do you believe? Well, I know the Slovenians do at this point in time.
Early exit for Denmark in Qatar. Free kick into the box, headed down. Poulsen will chase with Biel. Biel tries to shove Poulsen out of the way. Poulsen does well. Stays strong, keeps the ball, and then terrible ball with the outside of his right foot looking for Eriksson. That was hugely ambitious there and was never going to be able to pull it off. Slovenia work it away to the right-hand side. Here's Sporar, who's dragged Vestergaard out wide with him. Mailer comes back to help. Karnišnik, the right back, gets that cross in, looking for Šeško. Header from Verbic is wide. And the referee thinking and thinking and thinking he's going to give a goal.
I'll keep that in mind.
Wasn't sure, was he? Absolutely wasn't sure.
There's also a ton of good stuff on clearance. Like I just got this really good headset by Maxwell for like $20, and it's normally like $100.
So look what's appeared on the screen here. The referee's saying, "Hold on." It says potential penalty check.
Possible hand.
Thanks for your info, though. I appreciate all your help, man.
Extraordinarily harsh. I couldn't get that.
No, they've done that very quickly. Checked it. Nothing doing there.
Okay, I will. I will.
They're good with the speed, haven't they? They're really, really good with that. It's a big thing and a big problem I have in the Premier League. It's taken ages and ages and ages. People get frustrated. It's actually not harmed here, particularly tonight.
No, and with certain decisions, Pat, they will be quicker. We've got the semi-automated offside. We've also got motion sensors in the ball now to help with those sort of things. I mean, that one's different. That's a subjective penalty decision, but you're right. The game has moved.
It's not affected. There have been quite a few VAR checks in this game, but you kind of wouldn't notice.
No, that's true. That is true. 89th minute. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. England's first game in the tournament nearly upon us, just over an hour away. Full commentary here, 5 Live BBC Sounds. Also available on BBC One. You can sync the 5 Live commentary with the BBC pictures via the iPlayer. 6:06 will follow the game tonight. And of course, all the reaction to today's football in the Football Daily podcast available for you on the BBC Sounds app, which is an absolute must for this tournament because you're never going to be able to listen to every single game. You'll have other things to do, but you can always take us with you with the BBC Sounds app. Late change made by Denmark. Thomas Delaney comes on and Hjulmand comes off. 90th minute of the game. Slovenian fans are the ones who are singing. Danish fans away to our left looking a little nonplussed. Christian Eriksen with the wonderfully taken goal. Fabulous story in this game. His return to a European Championship after the awful events of 3 years ago when we thought we might have lost him, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough for Denmark here. Gerent Stankovic battling with Eriksen. Gerent Stankovic has won that battle. Slovenia have the ball inside their own half. Not the best ball from Janza. He's going to be a national hero, though, for his shot. which deflected in off Hjulman for the Slovenia equaliser. Verbic now attacking down the left-hand side on the dribble. He's got Denmark worried. Šeško, edge of the box. Defenders closing him down. Lays it off here to Karničnik, who hits it with his right foot. And well off target. Behind it goes for the goal kick.
Well, he's got a big smile on his face where he's turning around to the left full back saying, well, you tried it. I'm allowed to try it. However, he put it about 20 yards over the bar. Absolutely wrong call on that occasion there because they had the two strikers in the box. Much more sensible to give them a chance to go and attack it.
4 minutes of added time remaining. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. Slovenia waiting to make a late double change. Andreas Christensen striding forward gracefully for Denmark. All in red. Alexander Bach back to Eriksson. Eriksson into midfield to Norgard. Norgard plays it across to Vestergaard. Forward to Norgard again, just inside the Slovenia half. Slovenian fans whistling and cheering.
That's awesome. Seeking them
possession
together.
by Denmark. Eriksson's delivery. Floated ball. Diagonal wide to the left. Karničnik covered the ground. Heads it out for a throw into Denmark.
Do you know, sometimes you want your fans at the end that you're attacking. Actually, right now, you want the fans behind them, don't they, Slovenia?
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to do some defending. The noise they're making there, brilliant. They want a point here.
Ball is given away, though, by Slovenia. Dangerous this. Eriksson plays it to Norgard. Norgard on the left is going to get this cross in. Dolberg leaps, it goes right across the face of goal. Paulson was trying to get on the end of it, and then All Black was concerned for a second. One of those crosses sometimes that doesn't get a touch and goes all the way in into the far corner. Goal kick.
From Hoyland saying, why was I not on the pitch for that one? That's exactly the one he wants there. No one gets it. Goalkeeper. Oh, I don't think he would have got back for it, do you?
No.
If they'd have gone in and hit the back post, I think the keeper had sold himself early.
2.5 minutes to play. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. Slovenian fans alive inside the Stuttgart arena away to our right. Bouncing up and down, waving the scarves and the flags. Throw in though for Denmark. Still more defending to do for the Slovenian national team, and still the two subs wait to come on. Here's Joachim Andersen. He's going to go for the longer ball towards the edge of the box. The target is Poulsen. Poulsen leaps, glancing header behind him. Joachim Mæhle gets there first for Denmark. Low pass into the feet of Norgard. First touch, curling across from him to the far post. Headed away by Janza for now for Slovenia. Little nudge on Šeško there. Ref didn't spot it, and then the ball's passed out of play. And that will go behind for a Slovenia goal kick.
Huge relief again there for Slovenia. I mean, it's a very open game now. It's a bit scrappy, but that sometimes happens when so many changes have been made and systems are a bit weird and there's a big space in that midfield. But no one has made that great a chance in the last 5 or 10 minutes. It's making me think that possibly the draw would be the right result.
Yeah, I think the reaction of the two sets of fans inside the stadium tells you absolutely everything, because the Slovenian fans are joyous. They are singing
multiple ones together,
and they are roaring their team to the rooftops, and the Denmark fans are just all sat still away to our left-hand side, and they've nearly played Schmeichel into trouble there. He's off his line quickly and clears with his left foot as Sporar was closing in. Ball forward from Gorenc Stankovic. But that is to no one in particular. Vestergaard goes rumbling back to collect it for Denmark. We've only got a minute left in this game. And it's going to be a great result, you'd have to say, for Slovenia. I think England fans will be quite happy that this one has ended up as a draw. The most miffed will be Denmark. They were in control of the game, had the lead early on through Christian Eriksen, haven't been able to find the second goal. And now Schmeichel's waiting to take the goal kick, but
I'll keep that in mind.
Slovenia making late changes. Šeško is one of those coming off. So, Pat, very quick report on Šeško before England face him in this group.
He didn't have many opportunities, and there are some raw edges or rough edges that have to hand off. But he is lightning quick. He is physically quite strong.
1-1
He's
tie.
had two, not even close to half chances, and one of them he has lashed it onto the crossbar or the post, and the other one, beating the goalkeeper, all ends up and just skimmed past. So yeah, he's worked hard. Actually's been good. Don't give him space. That would be the warning. Don't give him space.
No, I think Slovenia might finally have settled here for the draw, because they've taken the two strikers off, Šeško and Sporar. Centre-back Brekalo has come on. Kurtic has come on. But they've seen very little action because the full-time whistle has blown in Stuttgart. The opening game in England's group has finished 1-1 between Slovenia and Denmark. A truly joyous football moment to see Christian Eriksen return and score a goal like that for Denmark. but they will be as frustrated as Slovenia are overjoyed. The deflected effort from Janza got Slovenia their equaliser. The plan, you called the Slovenia plan before it happened, and it's worked for them.
Yeah, Ropido, you just wait and hope. Okay, you're one down, but it's only one. And when you have a chance to have a goal, the psychology of that is incredible.
Thanks
because the opposition
help,
think, what? So they get a 4-2-4 in the end, and they just launch themselves. And it's only a 5 or 10 minute attack, but it worked. They got the goal. They almost got a second goal, and for that, and for the intelligence of that, they deserve the point that they got. All kind of secondary in the end, because it's a great result for England, but in only one condition. England must win tonight.
You've teed it up beautifully, Pat. All over in Stuttgart. My thanks to Pat Nevin.
Yeah, that's so awesome, man. I'll keep that in mind. Might shop around and see if I can get something on like a clearance too. But at least now I know what a good benchmark is for quality.
They have got a phenomenal long throw. Beware of that. And also, they've got a cute manager who clearly knows what he's doing to sit there brave enough and hardly play against the opposition for 75 minutes and then think, right, we're going at you now. And it worked. And it worked a treat. And it got him a point, and it really nearly got him 2 points, so 3 points. So, well done them. Good intelligence about them. But as players, 1 to 11 in quality, England, play at your best. You're going to win both games against both these teams.
Pat and Ali, thank you very much. Good to hear from both of you. Then Group C is underway at Euro 2024. And the second round of games, the second game rather, in that group takes place at 8 o'clock this evening when England get their championship underway against Serbia. We'll have all the build up to that to come. We're going to head to the Nottingham Open first, though. It's the final between Katie Bolter and Karolina Pliskova. Paul Scott's watching.
Yes, Katie Bolter, the defending champion here, looking to take us to a decider. She is up a break of serve in set 2, leading 4 games to 3. Pliskova took the first set, although Bolter actually broke